Originally I was working as an inspector for a number of companies, and I found that there was a real lack of capabilities in regards to providing a range of inspection needs, like the welding inspection, the coating inspection, the NDT, the engineering. And I found that companies were going to a number of companies to get those roles. I decided that I was going to provide a single source approach and provide all those services all in one for various companies. So we started, as I say, 20 years ago, and we are currently in the Australian Marine Complex in Henderson, and we provide inspection and engineering services. We're more high-end services, so anything that's quality assurance, inspection, testing, NDT. We also do the high-end welding and fabrication in some instances where specialist requirements are needed. We have a high development team, so the team will develop new techniques or build things for clients on specific projects to do work as non-general work. So we have a capability, in-house capability of building things and fabricating things to make sure that the client who might have a unique problem can solve those problems with regards to inspection. In regards to pipelines, pressure vessels, bulk storage tanks, coating, to make sure things are coated correctly in regards to pipelines or buried pipelines. We do hydro testing, mechanical testing. Basically, we do everything that's inspection. So MDR is an inspection company, not an NDT company or a quality assurance company. We're an inspection company, and we provide all the backup details and documentation to go with that, and to verify that things are built to a standard, whether that be Australian standard or an international standard. The technology we use is very various for all those aspects. We high-end technology for computerized X-ray machines, intelligent pigging machines and things like that. So we've got a gambit of things that we use for all of that testing to make sure the client is protected from any failures. Currently we're travelling at about 25 staff. Generally we'll move anywhere. The most that's worked for MDR, we've had about 80 staff working for MDR on various projects. Wheatstone project, for example, we had a crew of about 60 people up north and about 20 people in Perth, looking after various clients. So yeah, we vary between those ranges. We have staff that are qualified to international standards. So every inspector at MDR has a qualification, and that is not an in-house qualification. It's an ISO accredited qualification. So, for example, the Australian Institute of Non-Destructive Testing, the CASA drone qualifications, the corrosion, ACA corrosion qualifications, ISO qualifications, the API qualifications, and engineering qualifications, Australian credentials. All over our inspectors are all qualified with international recognised qualifications. So we've got offices in Victoria. We also have an office in PNG, looking after various oil and gas and mining operations for those projects. Our offices in PNG, they're in Port Moresby, and we operate from Port Moresby to various other sites in PNG. In Victoria, we have an office in Melbourne, which provides small services for various quality assurance and inspection requirements for our fabrication clients and things like that. I'd say about 80% of the business is WA based. Although our main office is in WA, we have projects that we have carried out overseas. India, China, Korea, PNG, of course, New Zealand. So we move all around the world because we're ISO accredited, I guess, and we can work anywhere throughout the world. Although most of our work is in WA, I'd say that we do quite a bit of work along the Australasian territories. So we have, would say, about 60% of our clients are in mining. About 30% of our clients would be in petrochemical and oil and gas. The other 10% vary to a variation of fabrication services, utility services, or for water facilities as well as gas facilities and things like that. Yep. The proudest thing I can say about MDR, and I'm really ultra proud of this, is that in the 20 years of operation, we've never had a serious accident. And that pleases me no end. There's nothing that can beat that for me. There's no big contracts, there's no awards I could win. That is the greatest award I can have for my company, is that nobody's had a serious accident. And we work in some pretty hostile environments, confined spaces, chemical storage facilities and things like that. So my greatest achievement, I think, and the companies, because it's my guys as well, that are actually pure on safety, that we have never had an accident. There's a number of companies that offer similar services, but MDR has a diversity that is unmatched with most of our competitors. So we provide a wide range of services, and we'll also build things to provide for a client's specific needs. So we're also development. You know, we'll make something to assist a client in supporting them with their inspection and testing requirements. We also have an engineering arm, a quality assurance, a corrosion arm, and a lot of people find that hard to compete with all of those, that cluster of quality assurance all in one place. Because we're a homegrown company and we've experienced organic growth, that's because we've stayed ahead of of other companies with regards to the technology that we provide. So we'll go out and source new technologies, which are cutting edge and you know, obviously work to provide a new service for companies. We're ahead in a lot of our technology and providing new services and new technologies to the client. Sure, we've done a lot of work in the mining industry, so the major mining companies have used our services in regards to reducing their repairs on their assets, things like ship loaders, stackers, reclaimers, etc. Our diversity, I guess, has been engaged to reduce the amount of time spent on various other contractors doing repetitive work, and we've reduced that repetitive work by offering a higher end service to improve repairs and maintenance. Yeah, I've always been interested in defence. You know, I've always been an enthusiast for aircraft, but I've always had a genuine interest in defence, and I've worked on the Collins-class submarines when they were being built in Osborne. We've done quite a bit of work out at Garden Island on various ships and vessels, but it's an exciting time, and I think that we have a technology that can be really used and a level of quality assurance that can be really used to provide the best builds for Australia on their frigates and on their submarines, which is where we would like to be. The company is very good at pressure vessel inspections, which is relative to submarines and frigates. So we would be extremely happy to assist with the fabrication and inspection on frigates and submarines in Australia, and the fast patrol boats as well. You know, so we've definitely got experience in all of that kind of stuff, and making sure that the fabrication process is to the best standards available. It's a really exciting time with MDR. The work coming to MDR now is through companies that have heard of us. So we do very little marketing, and companies come to us and ask us to build something for them or take over their quality assurance. A lot of vessels are coming into Australia that are built overseas and not built to Australian standards. So we've at a junction in our time of being recognised for the quality of deliverables on products that aren't compliant and making them compliant in accordance with Australian standards. So we've got a really fantastic future looking ahead. We're intentionally moving into the defence industry and also furthering our abilities in the oil and gas and mining industries as well.